students, today we have to read an extract taken from the autobiography of Nelson Mandela, A Long Walk to Freedom. Students, before we start, the first we need to know is the word apartheid. What does the word apartheid means? Because as Nelson Mandela worked for his whole life. So actually, students, apartheid is a political system that separates people according to their race. So actually, it is a racism that separates people on the ground of race, that whether you are black or white, and according to that, many discrimination and positives bear there in South Africa, and that is what actually known as apartheid, and against what Nelson Mandela actually fought for all his life. And he actually wrote one of his autobiography also, A Long Walk to Freedom. That is what we are going to read here in this chapter, and we will see how he actually tried to remove this apartheid from his country, diminish this apartheid system from his country. Let's start the chapter now. First, read the first paragraph, and then I will explain to you. We will read the story paragraph. This is not the story, this is taken from the autobiography. This is an adaptation from the autobiography of the Nelson Mandela's autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. It means it took so long to reach the freedom, to reach the South African freedom. Here in the first paragraph of the story, student, Nelson Mandela is writing that 10th May dawned bright and clear. 10th May dawned bright and clear means to say that the word dawned, focus on the word dawned. It means actually the morning, when the sun rose. So actually the morning light, the day was very bright and clear. For the past few days, I had been pleasantly besieged by dignitaries. The word besieged means, surrounded by. And dignitaries are what? Dignitaries are important VIP persons because of their post and the important post that they hold in the higher offices, that they are considered as dignitaries. And world leaders who were coming to pay their respects before the inauguration. And what inauguration this is, we will read in next paragraph. The inauguration would be the largest gathering ever of international leaders on South African soil. What inauguration, students, we are talking here is actually the inauguration that we are talking here is. This inauguration refers to the first democratic elections held in South Africa in 1994 actually. Students, in this story you were reading about apartheid. So the apartheid system in South Africa actually ended in 1990. Before that, South Africa was isolated from international community for 24 years. And after that, the first democratic election took place in South Africa in 1994. And Nelson Mandela was actually became the first elected president of South Africa in 1994, and this inauguration actually referring to that event when the first democratic elections took place and Nelson Mandela became the first president of South Africa. As I told you, inauguration means the opening ceremony, so it was actually the inauguration of a new era in South Africa. Students, as I told you, this inauguration is actually the inauguration means the opening ceremony, and this ceremony was actually the first democratic elections held in South Africa in 1994. So actually, the inauguration, the ceremony took place in the lovely sandstone amphitheater formed by the Union Buildings in Pretoria. And which ceremony is this? This ceremony is actually this occasion of the occasion of first democratic elections in South Africa, which was held in 1994. And this ceremony took place where? This ceremony actually took place in an amphitheater. Amphitheater actually a public building without the roof, with many rows of seats rising. It is actually a stage type of building in which a function or a program or something is organized like that. And this amphitheater was actually made up of sandstone. You all know what the sandstone is. And this amphitheater is situated in Pretoria. Pretoria is one of the very beautiful cities of South Africa. So actually, this ceremony of the opening occasion of South Africa's first democratic election, actually set in amphitheater in Pretoria, which was made of sandstone. It was a building made up of sandstone, and it was formed by whom? Formed by the union buildings in Pretoria. And union buildings are actually the place where the president of the country lives, and actually the government, everything, government works from there, and government officials, they are the house of president and other government officials.